Hello Vikings, and welcome back to Stationeers. A new day is upon us, and we're going to be working on automatic cooling. Well, definitely setting up the cooling system and then trying to make it automatic to stay at the right temperature. And then hopefully in the next episode, because I don't want to make this one too long, we'll work on the heating side of it. And then after that we'll look at combining the two to heat and cool the base. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to need some more coolers. More coolers, and for that we're going to need iron, gold and copper. I think we've got loads of stuff in here. Let's see what we got. Steel, copper, gold, loads of gold, flying away, loads of gold, and loads of iron. If you're wondering why I'm holding a hard suit backpack, let's just get these underway, and then what I'll do is I'll show you. So basically, if you have it there and just push R, you can then use it as storage, and then I just put it back into my actual backpack, and it just enables you to carry extra stuff. So I suppose you could just have loads of hard suit backpacks in here and then just have stuff in them. You just have to remember what you put in them. A bit like mining suits, I suppose. Mining belts, not mining suits. Was that 5? That was 5. So I have 5 more of those. I think I got 5 downstairs already. What I am going to need is let's get at least 2 passive vents. We're going to need some active vents as well. Bump, and then where's the active ones? Get 2 of them as well. So that's just a great little handy tip. Being able to export stuff around, especially when you've got your manufacturing up here and then you're like, oh, trying to drag everything down to the bottom of the base to build on. 2 active. I want another valve actually. I'll probably move to digital valves at one point, but for now. And then we're going to need a ton of radiators. Oh, let's get that out. And let's say to begin with, it's going to use steel. We are actually running out of steel. Gonna have to make some more up. So probably 10 to 15 to start with, maybe. And then we can always expand it later on. And yep, we'll just print those off and then we'll head on down. I think that's everything I need. I'll come back up for the logic IOs once I've actually... Oh, a tank. Unless I've got a tank ready. Side generator, stacker. Don't think I have actually. Don't think we got one. No. How many is that we got? That's 9. I've been playing around with some colours as well. That's khaki and green. I don't know if I want to leave this white or whether I should recolor it. Let me know what you think. What have we got? There's 4. Okay, they only go in stacks of 10. So that should be 2 more. Should be enough. And then just a tank we want now. one tank should do. And hopefully, oh, some more pipe there. We might as well take that down while we can. Right, let's head down, shall we? I have done a little bit of work off camera, which is just what I said I would do. Just put the pipes in, do a bit of cable wiring. So I've put a power control box in here, just so it's running off the main feed, because this is actually going to be quite power intensive. And then not only that, it keeps the, for now, it keeps, what's the word I'm looking for? Keeps the network isolated to just here. So these are all hooked up. It's all color coordinated. I've put some valves in. There's going to be a gas mixer here, because this will mix the oxygen with nitrogen, and this will be a separate offlow. So the first thing I want to do is just put, well, actually, let's just unload all this. Yep, literally just chuck it all out. And then we can put the hard suit away, because we don't need it. And then the first thing I'm going to do is let's put this valve in, because for the moment I want to have it manual. So I'll take this out, and we'll just deconstruct that. And get in there. Perfect. We need some purple pipe actually. And where's the purple spray can? We'll just color coordinate this. Voila. So first thing we need to do is decide where we're going to have this tank that is going to have the cooling gas in. I'll explain what that one is in a minute. So we'll probably actually have it probably on this wall actually. I should do have it there for now. And then this is actually going to be a junction. Trying to think now of how this is going to work, the planning. I need it to be cooled, so maybe run this up to here, and then I think this is how I need to work it.
Jetpack on.
No, did not need the jetpack, but thank you very much. So the radiator is going to go along here, I think, and then actually, nope, I'm going to put the coolers along there. Just drop that there. Oh, we are going to need some more pipe as well. Where's the coolers? Cooler. And cooler. Of course. I need to take some of this paneling down. I've just started getting it ready. Or can it actually go here? Probably can actually go here, to be fair. Yeah, this might actually work. And 5 there. 5 here, maybe? Let's see how well this works. Don't know if this is actually going to be around the right way, but we shall see. So let me just lay this pipe work out and I will cut back. Right, so what we've got is the coolers in place, tank. I've put 2 active vents just so I can pressurize this room to run a few tests. The radiators are basically going to go on here, like so, and these should exchange heat with the room and bring it down to the temperature that we want, in theory. So that is that. So basically the pollutant will come in from here when we want to feed it. This will eventually be a digital valve. Will come into here, and then this will exchange the heat and cool it right down and maintain a really chilled temperature in here. And eventually then this will come out and hook up to here. So actually, I might need to rejig a few things eventually. Probably don't want this running through here. Probably actually want the valve here, so it's actually on its own little loop maybe, but we'll see. Actually, let's do that now. Let's move this. Let's move that valve to here. Yeah, we'll move that to there for now. Cool. And actually what we'll do is we'll just cut this line here for now, just as a temporary measure, so it doesn't feed into, because that'll obviously be feeding more pollutant into the hot room, and then that'll mix up differently. I need to be able to keep these 2 lines separate actually, so maybe having 2 different digital valves would work better. Don't need the passive vents for the moment. We'll eventually need a sensor. I do need to hook it all up to power now and then seal the room off to give it a little test. So I'm going to go get some more sheets, and I'm going to go get a door, and what else? I need some more cable, and I'll be back with you. Okay, we're back and we've hooked the coolers up. I've also, just for a temporary measure, I'm just going to start filling it in now. I've hooked up these 2 vents to this gas tank, and basically what this is going to do is just get rid of the 2 kPa that's in here of the mix that is the Martian atmosphere, so that we can have a completely fresh room. So what we need to do is we'll just quickly seal this room up, make it airtight. And hopefully this will work. We'll give it a quick test, and then what we'll do is we'll look at automating it. But the first thing I need to do is hit my mic stand there. Is we need to make sure that it actually works by cooling the room and cooling the tank. If it does that, we are on to a winner. The reason why I've put these two here is you have to have an atmosphere, otherwise the coolers do not work. Which is fine by me. But once I know it's all working, I can then make this room look a lot tidier. This is just why we experiment and get a better understanding. And we're gonna have to obviously put a door on there. Is there anything else? Just get rid of this pipe out of here for the moment. Okay, we've got a door. And we're going to do a glass door. What was it? Composite door. That's what we're going to do. So for that we need one plastic sheet. We need a welding torch to put it on. Surely if you welded plastic it would melt, right? I would have thought so. But what do I know? And glass sheet. With a crowbar. There we go. Let's actually force that open for the time being. I suppose we could hook it up. Might as well while we're here. Would make sense. Save us having to keep using the crowbar. Perfect. Perfecto. Right, so the first thing we need to do actually is get the atmosphere down here, I would imagine. So as it stands we have nothing, so let's just power all these on, and there'll probably be a massive spike in power now. Okay, so what we got is everything is in here, so we'll open this up. That's actually dropping. So what this basically effectively does is it pulls everything into this one. As you can see, it's filling up. Because basically what I want to do is use this one in here to actually cool the temperature down of the gases before they go into the tanks. So it'll come into the cooling room first, and then we will come into here. So now these should start filling up. It's really annoying that you have to look down. So that is pollutant, O2, and that is building nicely. Very nice. So they are coming out there. So what we now need to do is start filling this up. So we'll turn this on for the moment. And see, that's the thing, I can't actually see what's in there at the moment. 69. Don't actually know how much we're going to need. Let's take an excess. Say 200 moles, I suppose. Yeah, we'll take 200 moles in there. I don't know how much is actually... I'm not sure how much we've actually got, to be fair.
On.
It's very hard to tell because of the way this works. Oh, we got loads.
Jetpack
We got
on.
absolute loads. This is why I want to set screens up so you can actually see
Jetpack on.
what we got. See, there should be a way of just dragging this up. So I should be able to look at this and go, oh, what have I got?
Jetpack on.
200. Right, so let's evac the room. Let's do that. Set inward, vent. And I've got a mixture of stuff in here already. Oh, inward. Oh, we went outward. Whoops. That helps. I don't think anything should actually be escaping the radiators.
Jetpack on.
Right, let's turn this vent off for the moment. So at the moment there is, oh, I can read it off here, 232 moles of X.
Jetpack on.
And it says 303 in there. And now we just wait for everything to come out of the room. So this may take some time, so I may just cut back once it's actually done. There we go. So, in order to get this working, we need to pressurize this room a little bit. So, set inward, and we'll start filling this up a little bit. Get it up to about 50, I think. Maybe not.
Jetpack on.
Is there not enough in here now? Let's crank this up then. There we go. Gonna need a lot more in the system then by the looks of it. Right, so we'll leave it about that 50 for now. Let this build up. Oh, we're out of blue in now. That's not gonna be good. Currently flashing error. Why is it flashing an error?
Jetpack on.
Because there's not enough in there. Or if we just suck some of this back in. And somehow we've got N2 in the mix now, which is not what we wanted. And now if we hit it on, there we go. So these will cool now. Let's see what temperature we can get this down to, how quickly it goes. So the pipe temperature's actually changing. The room temperature's gone down. Pressure's staying the same. There obviously has to be pressure in the pipes for these to work, but there also has to be pressure in the room, I believe. The temperature is rising in here. So it doesn't... Seems to be rising the temperature of the tank. It's cooling the room. Which is what we want. But then... what happens if we... It doesn't seem to be... I mean, maybe because it's just such a large space. Maybe we're going to need a whole lot more wall coolers in here. Maybe more pressure. Cooling the room, but it's not cooling the actual pollutant down yet, which is what I need. So give me a minute. I'm just going to let the temperature in the room actually drop, and then turn the coolers off themselves, because the coolers are creating a heat source, by the looks of it, internally in the pipe. And then I'll probably see what we can do with that. Could be the case that we just run a separate system. That could work. Maybe these coolers should not be hooked up to the radiators. Possibly. Done is just reconnected the coolers up to the portable tank now, and moved the tank over to here, the small tank, and see if this makes a difference. So this temperature in the tank should rise, and the temperature inside the room should drop. In turn, dropping this pipe network, which seems to be working now. Dropping the tanks. Maybe some radiators will need to be put along here. So the temperature in the room is dropping nicely now. Nice and quicker than what it was, because now it's not trying to balance between the heat is in its own pipes given off through these radiators, if that makes sense. So the radiators need to be separate from the coolant. It would seem. Yeah, this is dropping nice now. Shut that off for the moment. Yes, this is dropping real nice now. This is inward. See if we raise the atmosphere in here a little bit. Shouldn't affect our pipe network, which it doesn't. Right, we'll keep that running for a sec and I'll come back in a moment and see where we're at with temperature. So that seems to be working real nice. So basically what we got going on is the radiators have to be separate from the coolers. This needs to be a separate pipe network, because what I didn't realize to begin with is obviously to cool stuff down, these coolers are creating a heat byproduct. So look how high that temperature is getting. It is skyrocketing. So what we're going to do with this, which actually makes sense, and we'll cut down on resources, because this room's getting nice and cold now and the temperature in these tanks are dropping quite rapidly, which is what we want. So let me power this down for a sec and put and evac this room, because now I've ran a little test. We're not going to automate it just yet. I'm going to have to tidy it up and then come back to you once it's all tidy. So let's just get the atmosphere back out of here for the moment. So basically, as these create a byproduct, what we're going to have is the pipe's going to come in, go through the coolers. Two pipes will come in, should I say. One pipe will obviously lead to the radiators and to the cooling tank, and then back out, which will loop into the main cooling and heating system. And one pipe, the other pipe that comes in, will go through the coolers. Now once it passes through the coolers, it's going to pass straight into the heating room, because all of that temperature can just get put. I mean, that pipe network has dropped. That's a bit strange. It's because I've put the cold. That's why. Because I've put the cold in with that. Yeah. So basically, what I was saying is it will run straight into the hot room, and that will just keep the room hot. I shouldn't have to put any heaters in there, and that is what I'm going to come back to. But the first thing I want to do is tidy this room up, get this room sorted, and I'll cut back in and probably finish the episode there. So I'll see you in a little bit, and hopefully that makes sense, or should make more sense once it's up and running.